trying to find something that would get him to shut up so I could do my act.
Sure.
And then I finally snapped.
Yeah.
I hadn't snapped in a long time. And I go, and it was the only thing left.
Yeah.
And I go, dude, I'm fucking done with you.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not talking to you anymore. These other people came to see, and the place erupted. And so then he kind of shut up, and I did the show, and then it was fine.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to get the audience going, because it wasn't even that the audience didn't think I'm funny or they didn't want to be on my side. They're just like, they're already tired. It's the last night, and then this guy's just fucked everything up.
Yeah.
So now I'm going, all right. And the dude was a young guy. He's probably in his 20s, and I think he was a black guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like going, I don't want to get in a fight with this guy.
Mm.
That's not going to be good. So
Plus, you're on a boat, so it's kind of
you're on a boat.
Yeah.
Security, they're going to put me in cuffs,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to get fired. And I'm like,
Yeah.
even though he's at fault. Now, what should have happened with the regular host is I could have said, hey, just get him out of here, and kicked him out, which I probably would have done at that point.
Yeah.
I hate doing it because it makes it look like, well, you can't handle it. No, some people just need to go.
Yeah. It's time for them to clock out
right,
for the day.
but so I'm like thinking, and normally when the show's over, I go out and stand in the hallway because you're supposed to greet all the people. I go, I can't do that because I don't want to see this guy.
Yeah.
So I go to the left side of the room where the sound booth is, and I just waited till everybody was gone. And then I'm on the 4th floor of the ship. Well, I'm down in crew, which is 0 floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's floor is down. So I'm going like, I just want to go to my cabin and not be seen by anybody, especially this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm walking all the way to the elevator, and I'm like, literally my head's on a swivel because I don't want to get cold cocked by this guy on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Lord, just get me back to my room.
Yeah.
And he got me back to my room. I never saw the guy. So everything was fine.
Okay.
And so I got, like, they score you, 0 to 100. And you got, if you're staying above 80 all the time, then you're doing really good. I got an 89 that week, so I was happy. So nothing came down. Yeah. But it's like an example of how it could have gone off the rails really bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you were on a podcast show fairly recently called Lunch Therapy with Joel Marshall, and we're in that episode where you talked about an incident about road rage. Some guy kind of chased you down a little bit.
Oh, did I say? Oh, you listened to that podcast?
I listened to that one, yeah.
Oh, my God. Was that the one where I said I drove to the police station?
Yeah, where you got arrested because you were defending yourself.
Oh, no. Well, that's a crazy story. So let's see, I got to think, 2004.
Okay.
I'm driving, this is when I was still teaching. I was driving to work.
What were you teaching back then, by the way? Real quick?
PE, high school.
Okay.
So I'm driving to work, and I'd had a tooth pulled the day before. And it says it's going to hurt in the morning. You got medication, but don't take it. But make sure you take it with food.
Yeah.
So I hadn't taken my medication yet. And I just bought a brand new Saturn, like SUV. It had the sunroof. It was really nice. One of the nicest cars I've ever had. And it really liked the Saturns. Sorry they don't make them anymore. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
I'm driving to work.
Sure.
And this guy keeps cutting me off, and he keeps going by me, and then getting in the car and putting on his brakes. I'm going, what the fuck is this guy doing, right? And my tooth's hurting, but I got to get to school, get something to eat, a muffin or something, and then take my med. So the tooth's already throbbing, right?
Yeah.
And
you're already creeping towards that edge.
And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to pull over to the side of the road and let him go, right? He pulls over too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this motherfucker, I'm thinking to myself. And I had a cup of coffee. So I get out, and he comes walking towards me. I go, and I put my hand out. I go, dude, do not come over here. But he comes over, and he brings out his fist to hit me. Coffee in the face, man.
Yeah.
And then I kicked him, and then it became a whole thing. Anyway, I got arrested. Blah blah blah. Cost me $4,000 to bail out.
Yeah.
And that's the first lesson. It's like, oh, you want to get in a fight as an adult, and they charge you. And here's another thing: cops will always charge you with felony assault. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean it was felony assault, but they want to get a good caller.
Yep.
So if you're over 18, don't get in a fight, because unless you have money in the bank, and the best case scenario is what happened to me. Mm-hmm. It cost me $4,000, $3,000 to bail out, $1,000 for a lawyer. And that's before I even went to court. And then they ended up dropping the charges on me because the guy started it. And thank God I had a witness that had driven by and called the police.
Yeah.
And he made a statement. The guy started it. He tried to run him off the road. And the guy knocked out my back window with a tire iron.
Yeah.
So flash forward, 2021.
Mm.
I'm driving Sunday morning to take a private kung fu.
Mm.
I'm driving. This guy cuts me off again. And I come up. I let him go, and we come up, and the light was red, so he pulled up to the light. So I pulled over in the other lane. I roll down my window. I look at him. I go, "Really, dude?" Like that, very non-threatening. I go, "Really?" And he's like, hey, "Fuck you." And I so I ignore him. He drives off, and there was a 7-Eleven right there. It's funny. This always involves coffee.
And you're drinking a coffee right now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I always do in the morning. I always have coffee, then I eat a little bit later. So I go in and I get the coffee. I come out. There's the dude standing there. And immediately, before I even said anything, I look at, okay, his arms are, he's bigger than me,
Yeah.
but he's got shorter arms. Okay, good. And he pulled a knife on me.
Oh.
And so I kind of turned, and he's just looking at me, he goes, "You want to fuck with me, dude?"
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking to myself, oh, shit, man. But this is the training. Like, because you just like never fight and then plan, always plan and fight, which is weird because the idea is, obviously the plan is, as soon as you smell trouble, just leave. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, the fight or flight.
Always run. If you can run, run. Let him say you're scared. You didn't get in a fight. That's the goal. Don't get in a fight. But this guy's kind of like, he's pulled a knife on me. So in retrospect, I already made a bad mistake. I had to pull up to the light and say something to him. Forget him. Pull up behind him. Keep your windows up. Shut the fuck up. He's an idiot. Let
Turn
him
music
go.
up in the shout. There you go. Yeah.
Let him go.
Yeah.
So that was the lesson that day. But anyway, so I'm going, okay, pulled a knife. I got long pants on. This is all within like 0.5 seconds. I'm just going to kick the shit out of him because every time he reaches with the knife, I'm going to kick him. He can't, what's he going to stab me through my pants? That was the plan. So I just stand there and I go, okay, dude. I just said, okay, dude, whatever. And I stood there staring at him for like 10 seconds. And he got a weird look on his face and he goes, fuck you. And he walked off.